King Robert and the Crown were down to their knees. They were bankrupt. But how did this happen? How did King Robert get in so much debt? And was Littlefinger perhaps dipping his fingers into the Crown's money? Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment here for another Game of Thrones Theory. Season 1 this time, episode 3. And we're here to talk about the council meeting. Ned learns that the Crown is 6 million gold pieces in debt to various families, various institutions, but the big one, of course, being Tywin Lannister. And Ned sort of freaks out about this. He doesn't like it. He thinks they should cancel this King's Hands tournament, but everyone's like, that can't happen. King Robert wants this to go ahead. It costs money. You need to have prizes for the winner. So it's going to be an expensive tournament. But when you add up the tournaments, when you add up everything, yes, Robert likes to drink. No one's denying that. The guy is a drunk. But how did he really get 6 million of gold pieces in debt? Especially when the previous king was pretty good with money. The finances were good under the Mad King. So how did it all go wrong for King Robert? Well, someone I think we could point the finger at, pun intended, is Littlefinger. He was on the small council. He was master of the coin. Now, Peter Baelish blamed King Robert, basically says that King Robert has an expensive lifestyle. He doesn't say no to the king, and whatever the king wants, Littlefinger is willing to fund. But it just doesn't really add up. Sure, Robert has tournaments, Robert has drink, alcohol, but 6 million gold pieces doesn't really come to that amount. And then we look at Littlefinger, who is not trustworthy at all. He bribes so many people throughout the show, even the King's Watch. If there's anything to be paid for, he can pay for it. He's got a shitload of brothels as well. Those, I guess, aren't cheap. I mean, how did this guy get all of this stuff? How did he become so rich and successful? Well, maybe it's because perhaps he was dipping. Maybe he was taking money out of the Crown. That's the only thing that makes sense, because I just don't understand why they were in so much debt. And I just don't understand why this guy was apparently so rich outside of the king. And obviously the king isn't even that rich because he's in debt. But Littlefinger seemed to have more money. He seemed to have more financial power than anybody that we see in King's Landing. So yeah, I think maybe Littlefinger was perhaps taking money out of the pot. You certainly wouldn't trust this guy. I mean, he's willing to backstab, he's willing to lie, he's willing to get people killed, treason, whatnot, you name it, he's willing to do it. So is theft really beyond Littlefinger? If he's willing to do all that other stuff, is he really going to draw the line at stealing from some drunk that doesn't even realise the gold is being stolen? My answer to that, guys, would probably be not. But you let me know down below. I'm not the big Game of Thrones expert. Only we've seen the first season, so let us know. Do you think Littlefinger was potentially stealing from the Crown's money, and that is why he was so financially well off in the series? And I don't know. I think it's a case. I think it definitely could be a possibility. Let us know what you think down below. I'll catch you in the next one. And of course, until then, peace.